Raise your drinks up casually. Raise your drinks up. Raise your drinks up casually. It's the Black Bourbon family.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason.
And I'm Brandy.
And we're the
Black Bourbon family.
We have another hitter today, Brandy. Michter's 10-year Single Barrel Rye. So first we want to send a shout out to Michter's for sending us a sample bottle of the 2022 version of the Single Barrel Rye. Really appreciate it. We know that this is very hard to come by, so we're trying to take our time with this whiskey. This recently was released in July of this year, coming in at 90. What is this, Brandy? This is 93 or 92.8. Oh. Excuse me. Let me just put it back there. 92.8. Thank you, Brandy. Appreciate it.
I'm glad they had it written down, because if I had to do the math.
Oh, I was trying to do the math. They had it written. Oh.
They had it written.
See? Women are always smarter. We would try to work hard to figure stuff out. She's like 92.8, Jason. Figure it out. I'm like, all right, where do you see that at? 90. I was like, 90. Yeah, I see it now. I was looking at this. All right.
You was focused.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right. So, this actually, Brandy, so if you remember, last year we had the 10-year Single Barrel Bourbon. Mm-hmm. So Michter's has decided they are not releasing the 10-year Bourbon this year.
Okay. And
this will be the only release that they have for 2022. We didn't have this last year. We heard great things about it. We really enjoy the excuse me, the 10-year Bourbon. So now we get to try the 10-year Rye.
Yeah.
And you know what I would say, if you haven't seen, first off, we did a video on our tour of the Michter's distillery. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. And we would highly recommend to visit that distillery. It was a great experience and we had a great time. But what we did learn from the experience is that Michter's, they use very high quality products for creating their bourbon or their whiskey. And we have, we've experienced some of this one already, and we can definitely tell you that it's high quality stuff. This comes in price point, the MSRP is $185, so it is not cheap. But I think once we do our review, we'll try to give you an understanding of why we think it's a little bit on the higher end from a price perspective. Are you ready, Brandy?
I'm ready. You know I'm always ready.
Right. She ready to taste. She like, all right, you tell them how it smells, Jason. I'm going to tell them how it tastes.
Okay. I'm definitely picking up that spice.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting some of that, the rye, the mint that you get from a rye.
I'm getting mint. I'm
like that spearmint.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting some sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna say something?
No, I was just saying I was getting some sweetness, like a fruity sweetness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting that. I don't know what it is about these Michter ryes, like the barrel strength rye and this rye. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm gonna say?
Go ahead.
I'm getting that chocolate. I am getting that chocolate from this.
It smells good. It smells really good.
Yeah. I mean, so what I would say, even without tasting it, I know it's what, 92.8.
Yes.
You corrected me. it smells a little like it's more higher proof than that.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that peppery or the peppery spice is hitting my nose.
Mm-hmm. You ready?
I am.
Cheers.
But it's not overly spicy. Well, that's my first sip. Let's try the second one.
Yes, because Chelsea told you from the Michter's distillery. She said it's not your first sip; it's the second one. I got my. Go
But
ahead.
even with the second, it's not overly spicy. I'm not. So it's a really good subtle rye.
This. So, like, to me. Okay, so first off, to me, it drinks like more of 100 proof than a 90 in the 90s. I would say that. Second thing is that I very seldom, I won't say very seldom, but a lot of times I don't get as many like transitions in taste. Like even though this is 92.8, I'm getting a lot of transition and tasting, like from that mint to that chocolate
Taste the mint.
and the mint palate. I got a little creaminess in there. Like,
Caramel going on. Yeah.
you got that?
Yeah.
Like, this is very, very good. And it's something, and so this is what I was trying, I wasn't going to say in the very beginning, but this is what I was trying to say, is that subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram. But no, I forgot about that. I always forget now. We've been doing these videos recently. I've been forgetting to say that. But I wasn't going to tell you all, but it's very complex. Like, and I've gotten complexity out of certain bourbons, ryes, whiskeys, whatever. But like this one, I'm getting a lot of different, those transitions that I was talking about. Like, almost, what I would say with this one is just sit back and taste it.
Yeah.
Like, doing this review is actually hard because I could literally sit here and let it like just linger for 30 seconds to a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I'm getting like the fruity notes. And it's not a heavy rye, so it's not like a real thickness to it. But when you taste it, you're getting something different every time.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
And that's it. I think, and the finish is nice. It's not a 130 proof bourbon or rye whiskey where you're getting like a super long finish. Or I wouldn't even say so. To me, Brandy, I'm getting a finish, a nice finish, but it's not that real big hug involved.
No, not for a rye,
Right?
Well, you're used to used to your chest is burning and you're getting a hug and not getting that.
I'm not getting that, but I'm getting still, like, even though I drank it maybe 10, 15 seconds ago, I can still taste it on my palate.
Yeah.
And if I didn't drink it anymore, I would still, like, even now, I still have it on my palate. And it's fading away slowly. But it's like,
It's good.
it's good. This is good, you all. And this is a recent release. As I mentioned, it came out in July of this year. And I've seen bottles, I'm sure, I don't even know if Chicago may have gotten theirs by now. But I still feel like certain stores haven't gotten it because where we go, they haven't even gotten it yet.
Okay.
This. I mean, it's one of those ryes that you could just keep drinking this.
I mean, and it's funny because now I'm starting to get more of that spice.
Mm-hmm.
The more I drink it, the more I'm getting the spice of, you know, of a normal rye whiskey. But man, it's good. It's very complex.
Yeah.
Like I can see why they have it at the price point that they do have it at. Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because you really want to, you don't want to just drink this.
Yep.
You want to savor the flavors, catch the notes, smell it. Really take your time with it. And if you're just drinking it, you're not going to appreciate it.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
That's it. So, if you see this and it's within your price range, highly, highly recommend. I almost want to see how it compares to the barrel strength rye. Maybe we'll do that in a separate video, just to see what the differences are between the two. But 10 years, 92.8. Single barrel, very, very good and highly recommended. This is, I almost, Brandy, and I know we want to not talk too long, but I would almost prefer this over the 10-year bourbon.
Okay.
I mean, the 10-year bourbon was good. But this right here, like sitting down and talking to you about it, like sitting and talking and really enjoying it, this is good. Very good. All right, y'all. Well, we're not going to hold you long. And I think I mentioned, but if I didn't mention it before, I do have a pairing for this. I'm not going to discuss that pairing during the video. I'm going to put the information in the description of the video, so you will see that there. I have a great pairing actually for this one that you would definitely enjoy with it. But buy it.
If you see it, buy it.
Visit the distillery.
Yes.
Buy this. You won't be disappointed. All right, we thank you for joining us today. As I mentioned before, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram, and we will talk to you next time.
Cheers.